Hey guys, since my last video was my old second year channel review video that I decided to look for, which took me a while, but I found it in one of my computer's folders, and now that I've got that video uploaded, I thought to myself, you know what, why not make a third year review video as well? I thought this would be good to talk about the channel over the past year, give you guys a little bit of an update about me behind the scenes as well, and talk about maybe what I want to do in the future with the channel. I want to start by thanking all of you for the past 3 years. It has been a lot of fun, and although the past year and a half has not gone the way that I think it should have gone, I wish it could have been better, but at the same time, I am staying optimistic and hoping that the next year or so is going to start to get much, much better, where I will post more videos, hopefully. But as of right now, though, I can't guarantee. But I'm just going to do the best that I can. But I want to thank you all for the past 3 years. After 3 years, I've now broken 100 subscribers on this channel. There's now 104 of you who have subscribed to me out of all the channels out there. So guys, I can't thank you enough for your support. I also want to thank you, the 3 of you who have liked my Facebook page, which this month, a couple weeks ago on August 1st, because I'm filming this and it's August 16th. 2018, but on August 1st, it actually marked 3 months since I launched my Facebook page. And for anybody wondering, I made the Facebook page as a way to say thank you for breaking 100 subs on this channel, and I thought it'd be a nice way for me to keep in better touch with you guys, and for those of you who want to know about what's going on with me behind the scenes. And for me, if I post something on there, it's much easier than me sitting down like I am right now and making an update video. It's much easier for me to quickly type something up on Facebook than it is to sit down and make a video and then have to wait for it to upload and be published on my channel. So, also after 3 years, I finished with just under 30,000 views with 29,954 views. And guys, wow, I never thought I would get that many views ever. So, and recently it actually broke 30,000. So, I can't say I'm unhappy with that. That is really, really amazing. Also, in the past year, I've now had my first video to break 3,000 views, so I now have a video with a few thousand views. That's new territory for me. I never thought that would happen, and I have 2 or 3 videos, maybe 4 or 5 now, I can't remember, that have over 2,000 views, and I have other videos that now have at least 1,000 views as well. So the fact that that many people have watched my videos is really, for me, it's an amazing feeling. It means a lot to me, and guys, I can't thank you all enough. It's a huge honor for me that I've had this many people view my channel, I have this many subscribers, and I actually have a few people that even liked my Facebook page. So, guys, I hope I don't sound like a broken record, but when I do say that I am very grateful for all of you, I am. And guys, I can't thank you enough. I also want to thank you guys for all the comments that you guys have on my videos. I enjoy talking to all of you. And to my one viewer, Orbital X Stride 52, I am so glad that I finally got to see you comment on one of my videos again, because I remember making that NHL Jersey Changes video series that I would like to see, or the Jersey Changes I would like to see video series, and I am so happy that you did get to watch those videos, because when I made that series, I remember your recommendation for videos, and I thought it was such a good idea that I would sit down and make those videos, and I did. So I'm glad that you watched them, and truth is, I really enjoyed making that series. And thank you for your viewer requests. That was a lot of fun doing that series. So I want to quickly talk about how I started the channel. I just made a video just for kicks, sharing my thoughts on some jerseys that had been unveiled for the 2015-16 season. And I thought I'd be lucky to have like 50 or 60 videos, or no, not videos, like 40 to 60 views after 1 year. Well, I broke 40 views in my first night of uploading that video, so I was so shocked by how well that one video did. As I said in my second video where I talked about some jersey changes that I actually did miss it after which I realized after I made that first video, but I said it back then that I would do that video as a trial run and see if there's enough interest. Maybe I'll make more videos. Then I made an NFL video. Then I made a few CFL videos. Then I made a 7th video, which was my very first video to have any type of visuals in it. Then after that, I decided to make 4 more videos, and then after that, I thought, well, all these videos have been doing okay with views, so I decided, okay, well, I'll make 4 more videos, and then if they stay relatively stagnant and I don't have anybody who's subscribed, after a little bit, I'll just go on a hiatus and maybe post the odd video once in a while. But anyways, after I made my 15th video about my thoughts on the St. Louis Rams relocating back to Los Angeles, I noticed there was 1 subscriber and I was in shock. I was just like, wait, that must be a glitch, right? And then I realized it wasn't. And then within 24 hours, I had a 2nd subscriber. And then from there, I've been basically doing videos off and on ever since. So, but looking back at the first year of my channel, it was all fresh. It was kind of what people call like a quote-unquote honeymoon phase, where it's so new and it's exciting, and I've never done it before. And then halfway through the 2nd year, because I started in 2015, and then 2016, not quite a year and a half in, but during the fall of 2016 is when this channel started to take a dive down, in my opinion, because during the fall of 2016, I ended up having a major bacterial infection. I got really, really sick. Don't worry, I didn't have to go to hospital or anything. I just needed to be on antibiotics. Sorry, I just needed to be on antibiotics for a few weeks, and once I got those in, I was fine. But that was really scary. On top of that, I was going to college full-time at the end of 2016, and I was working my part-time job on top of that. So it was a really stressful time. And then December of 2016, I did a month, I had a 2nd job just for the month of December. And then January happened and February happened. Those months were fine. And then March and April were really, really stressful again, because I was going to school full-time trying to finish up college. And what ended up happening was that I had to start taking 1 to 2 month long breaks between videos because I was just so overwhelmed with doing both work and school. And then by the end of spring and early summer, things were okay. And then last summer, I got a 2nd job. And ever since then, ever since about the end of July of last year, I have had to not only finish up college for the rest of last year, but the truth is I actually was working 2 jobs on top of trying to finish up school. So the end of 2017 was extremely stressful for me. I had a lot of bad things happen during the latter half of last year for me. Don't worry, it wasn't anything like drastic or anything, but it's just I was under a lot of stress. That's all it was. It was really, really a rough time for me, and I gotta say, trying to finish up college and working 2 jobs at the same time was a really, really tough period of time. And let me tell you, I am grateful that that period is now come to a close. But yeah, ever since about March of last year, I've noticed that for me, I've noticed that in terms of having time to make videos, it's really gone downhill, and I'm not particularly happy about it. And truth is, I tell you what, I'll talk more about it later on here, but I just want to say this. During the start of this year, January and February were also a little bit stressful for me. And I had a bit of stuff going on then. There was some stuff in my personal life that I wanted to get done. So I managed to get some of that stuff done, which was good. I had been kind of putting it off because I was under a lot of stress juggling 2 jobs and finishing college. So yeah, so that part, the first 2 months of this year have been were more about me trying to get some stuff that I wasn't able to get done because I was so busy with school. And I finally had time to do some of the other things I wanted to do, so I did those things. But those months were really busy for work too, to be honest. And then March happened, and March became especially stressful as well. But the thing that frustrates me is that my first video for 2018 did not even get posted until the end of this past March. And the truth is, my video series sharing my thoughts on all of the new Adidas videos, Adidas jerseys, did not even get finished until the end of this past March. And truth is, guys, I'm not particularly happy about that. And truth is, April, May, and June, for me, in my opinion, were a little bit better, even though I had to take another month-long break from the channel. I think, was it a month? It was close to 2 months, I think. And once again, I've over the past few months even, I've been overwhelmed with the 2 jobs, and I've had other stuff going on in my personal life that I've wanted to focus on too. And it was nothing bad, it's just, I've had other things I've wanted to do. And then I go and do those things, and then I don't have much time to sit down and do these videos. And, the truth is, it's been kind of a tough battle. But the thing you'll notice if you watched my last video, which was this channel's 2nd year review, is that compared to last year, this year hasn't been so the difference between last year's review and this year's review is that last year I was still in the situation where I was trying to finish up school. Now, as I'm filming this, I'm done with school. But my work situation is a little bit up in the air right now, to be honest. And I'll explain more about that later on too. But the thing is, between August 1st of last year and this year, which for anybody wondering, my first ever video was posted on August 1st, 2015. So that's why each year August 1st is another year anniversary of my channel, eh? But the thing is, last year, between August 1st of last year and August 1st of this year, the first half of this past year was extremely stressful. The final half has been much better, but the truth is it's been frustrating. And I'll kind of start to get more into that shortly here. But also, for anybody wondering, I did post a Facebook exclusive video where I talked a little bit about my personal life last month, because I think it was early last month, because what ended up happening was I had to take a long hiatus from the channel. I wanted to make a video sharing about what is known so far regarding the new 3rd jerseys coming down the line here in the NHL for this upcoming season. And I also wanted to do a video to share my thoughts on what has been unveiled so far. But the problem is, during the last couple of weeks of June, I came down with a really bad cold, and man, that sucked. It was brutal, where I had to actually call in sick for a couple days at my work, because I was just too sick. I could barely talk. All I was doing was coughing and hacking and blowing my nose, runny nose, all that bad stuff. It was brutal. It was one of the worst colds I've had in a long, long time, to be quite honest. And let me tell you, that sucked. It was not fun. I mean, I'd rather go to work than sit down and watch the NHL draft as sick as a dog, let me tell you. Even though I really enjoy the prospect of sitting down and watching the entire draft, because, to be honest, I love watching all the new jerseys get unveiled, which we did not get to see that at this draft, but still, we did get to see some new third jerseys get released. We saw Carolina's new third. We saw Arizona promote their Kachina throwbacks to full-time thirds, which I think was a good idea, even though I was kind of hoping for maybe something new. But I'm totally cool with the Kachina throwback. Now, also, the Flyers made an announcement about their Stadium Series jersey making a comeback. Hopefully, if they're going to make it their third, hopefully they've made some tweaks to it. And the other one is the Anaheim Ducks 25th anniversary jersey. For 1 year, it's not terrible, but to be honest, I'm not a big lover of that jersey. I just wish they would have just worn a throwback. I mean, I don't blame the Ducks for bringing out a black faux back jersey. Not a throwback, but a faux back, something inspired from their past history and their past uniforms. I think that was cool that they decided to do something a little bit different. But to be honest, I don't know. I still don't really know how I feel about their main logo on the shoulders of it. They kind of look out of place. And I don't really like the fact that it's a black jersey instead of eggplant. Like the dark eggplant purple color of their original jerseys. I mean, don't get me wrong, seeing the jade on black actually looks really good in my opinion. But the thing is, I don't know if I'm really a big lover of that jersey, and once I get around to making a video for that, I'll explain it in more detail. But yeah, it's just for myself, I just don't know how I really feel about that Ducks jersey yet. I mean, I still have to see it on the ice before I have a real clear, established opinion on how I feel about it. But I don't know if I'm really a big lover of it, to be honest. I mean, I wish they would have at least gone with even a jade-colored jersey. That would have been cool. Instead of black. Sorry, my throat's getting dry. Okay, here we go. So instead of a black jersey, what about a jade jersey with the exact same design? I think that would have been cool. It would have given us something different. And so far, I mean, with Arizona and with Philadelphia, I totally understand them having black third jerseys. And with Carolina too. But the thing is, so far, all four teams that have unveiled third jerseys are all brought out new black uniforms. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that we're going to see some more color, and I'm sure we will by the time the season starts, the upcoming 2018-19 season starts, but I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of the Flyers Stadium Series jersey when it came out. I know a lot of people thought I was crazy when they said that, and guys, I totally understand. I do not expect you all to always agree with everything I say, and vice versa. But I'm not a big lover of the Flyers Stadium Series jersey. Truth is, I'm not actually a real big lover of the Arizona Coyotes Kachina throwbacks. But for a third jersey, I think they're really cool. I love seeing them on the ice once in a while. But besides that, I would never want to see them become the full-time jerseys again. And, you know, my reasoning for it is you know, on their away jersey, the color scheme looks okay, but I'm not a big fan of the Picasso Coyote logo. And the truth is, I don't like the brick red and dark green on a black jersey. It's dark on dark. And with the Kachina striping on the arms and around the waist of their their throwback third jersey for next season, I think the jersey looks great once in a while. And I totally agree with people that it's an awesome choice for a third jersey, but in my opinion, and I expect some of you to disagree with me on this, but that jersey, in my opinion, is a good third jersey, but I don't think it's a very good full-time home and away jersey set. at least in my personal opinion. But one thing you gotta give to that jersey is that it's so unique because of the Kachina striping. It gives us something unique that nobody else in the NHL has. And speaking of that, that's one thing I don't like about Carolina's new third jersey. It seems like they were so worried about making sure they had 2 storm squares to represent a hurricane that they got rid of the one unique characteristic that made their last third jersey so damn good, and that their new uniforms are so sorely lacking in: uniqueness. And the reason I say that is because the hurricane squares around the waist of their last third jersey, in my personal opinion, looked so damn good. And you know, I understand why they have the 2 squares. One square only represents a tropical storm. I'm not disagreeing with that. But the thing is, I still think that their old third jersey was better. Whether the logo is an accurate representation of a hurricane or not. For me, it's about the look of the overall jersey, and I just feel the old one was better. But, you know, I'm sure some of you may even disagree with me on that too. And that's totally cool. I don't expect you all to agree with everything I say and do. But anyways, back to the channel. So far this year, I feel like I'm on the right track. I feel like this channel is going better right now than it was at this time last year. But I gotta confess, I'm not particularly happy with the way things have gone. I've had a lot of things going on in my personal life. I've been very, very overwhelmed at times with work. In fact, last week I was working full time. But for anybody wondering, and this is why I'm frustrated with the past year, and I'm now tying back into what I said earlier. I'm frustrated because with my new job, it's an upgrade over the old one, which I still work at that one sometimes 2 or 3 times. I usually only work there once or twice a week now, but sometimes I work there as much as 2 or 3 times a week. But here's the thing. With my new job, it's seniority based, which means that everyone above me gets priority for shifts. And basically, I'm always on call. There was only one week this past month where for the first time ever I was given a full work schedule. At my second job, I'm always given a schedule before the week so that I know the days that I'm off and I know the days that I'm working and I know what time I'm working and what time I'm off work. At my new job, I'm always on call. I get a call either in the morning, or if they don't phone me in the mornings, usually they end up phoning me in the afternoon. And what ends up happening is I'm always on call. Unless I'm pre-scheduled, which until last month, I was able to count on one hand how many times I had two hands, how many times I had actually been pre-scheduled for work and how many shifts I've been pre-scheduled for, But I'm always on call. If I'm not 90% of the time, I'm on call. Actually, 95% of the time. It's very rare that I'm actually pre-scheduled for a shift. And the thing is, eventually I'll move up to a point where I'll have enough seniority where I will get pre-scheduled work. But the thing is, the work schedules are always all over the place. There is no routine. It's not like you go to work Monday to Friday and you have your weekend off to yourself. That's not how it works. In fact, it's not how it works at all. It's even for people at my work who are full-timers, it's like one week they'll work Monday to Friday, then other weeks they'll work like Tuesday to Saturday, Thursday to Sunday. They'll work like, I'm just trying to think, they'll work like 7 days straight and then get like a few days off. I don't fully remember how the full-timer schedule at my work goes, but it's all over the place. And the thing is, most people get their weekends off. At my new job, I'm usually working the weekends. And the thing is, I'm not going to go into full detail on it here. I do have a Facebook exclusive video that I did talk more about it. If you want to see it, I don't blame you if you don't, because it's me talking a little bit more about my personal life. But the thing is, I mean, the past month and a half even has been a bit tough because the end of June I got sick with a bad cold. I had that for basically 2 full weeks. Then after that, I had extended family visit my family, and then now over the past month I've been really busy with work, so my schedules are so sporadic and all over the place. It's so hard. I can't look at my schedule or my calendar and say, hey, on this day I can sit down and make a video. It's basically kind of a heat of the moment situation where I really can only sit down and make a video if I know that I don't have to work, where if I don't get a phone call. And sometimes on short notice, maybe for example, there's plans sometimes that I make with other people or my family, and we go and we do stuff just like any other family. So for me, trying to balance it all is sometimes a little bit frustrating, and it's overwhelming for me. Because truth is, even with this channel, I am way behind on videos. I have NHL videos I still need to do from 2 seasons ago. I'm just to the moon and back with NFL videos that I need to catch up on. I'm just grateful that with the Canadian Football League, I'm now just 1 video away from being fully caught up on it. I'm almost caught up on the CFL, but in terms of more future Canadian Hockey League videos and starting to talk about the American Hockey League and to talk about Major League Baseball, guys, I'm really sorry to say this, but I am so far behind in just the NFL and NHL alone that I don't think I'm going to be getting around to those other leagues that I mentioned anytime soon. And guys, I'm really sorry about it, but you know what? It's a case of trying not to bark off more than I can chew. Or how does that saying go? Taking on more than you can chew. I think that's it. Feel free to correct me on that. I'm not too worried about whether I got that right or wrong. But for me, guys, it's just my work schedules are so sporadic and I'm always on call. I never know when I'm working. I never know when I'm not working. And on top of that, there's certain days of the week where if I get called in, I have to go to work. And then there's other days where I have the option where I don't have to go to work. But the thing is, if I don't go to work, I lose seniority and people below me catch up to me and pass me. And then on top of that, I'm not making any money if I don't work. Everybody needs money to pay bills. Well, except young kids. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that part of it. But, you got to be able to pay your bills and, also in my case, get more seniority so that you can get more work. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't really know what I'm going to do about that at this time either. There's a lot of things that I'm still trying to sort through. And it's tough because I want to make videos on here, but it's just a lot of times I just don't have the time to do so. And then when I get around to making a video, there's something else I gotta do. It's like, you gotta do this now, or oh, you've got work today at this time to this time. And guys, it's just been a very, very tough situation for me over the past year. This past year, between August of last year and August of 2018, aka this year as of this video, has been a very, very tough period for me. And, between now and the end of this year, I'm expecting it to actually get a little bit tougher in a lot of ways. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'll be sitting here at the end of December, around New Year's, saying, oh my God, guys, woohoo! I've done a whole lot of catching up, but unfortunately, I just cannot guarantee anything at this time, so I'm really sorry about that. But, guys, I gotta say, I'm really frustrated with a lot of things in my personal life, and I'm actually frustrated with the fact that this channel has not had as many videos as I would like. And unfortunately, right now, at least for the next little while, I'm kind of going to be all over the place, where there might be times where I go a month or two without a video, no problem. Without a problem. Or no problem going 1 to 2 months without a video, easy. I mean, I hope I don't have to take a hiatus from the channel again. But you never know. I mean, I'd actually like to get to a point where I was able to guarantee you guys at least 1 video a week. But right now, I just don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. And I hope you guys stick around. If you do, that means a lot to me. Thank you for your support. And also, the thing is, you know, what was I going to say? I'm hoping that at this time next year, things are going to be better. I'm staying optimistic and hopeful that things are going to turn around. But for me, right now, there's a lot of things, you know, having a sporadic work schedule. And don't get me wrong, guys, I hope I don't sound ungrateful, because having my 2 jobs is great. There's some people who can't even find work. So for me, I am truly grateful. It's just the only thing is that I don't work full-time a lot of times. There's some weeks where even working 2 jobs where I don't even get a single shift. And that's at 2 jobs. There's some times where I'll work 6 or an entire week, 6 to 7 days. And then or 5 days like I did last week, which was nice for a change. But the thing is, my schedules are so sporadic, where there's some weeks where maybe if I have only 2 or 3 shifts in the entire week with both jobs combined, I have a lot of other stuff going on in my personal life that I try to do while I'm not working. So then, even though I have sometimes I have days off, I can't just sit down and make a video, because I got other things I want to do, or there's other things that I actually need to do. And then when I get around to this, I don't have the time for it. And it's frustrating. I mean, I wish I just had a simple work routine where I go to work on this day to this day, and I have 2 days off. Or I have work, like say you work 4 days on, 3 days off, or, you know, or even if you work like, I don't know, like Tuesday to Saturday 1 week, where you get Monday to Sunday off, and then you work Monday to Friday the next week, get a weekend off, and then get the Monday off as well, and then work Tuesday to Saturday or something. Something like that would be nice. I don't know. I may consider a new job at this point. I'm kind of frustrated with my current situation, but at the same time, though, I don't really know what's the right decision. So, to be honest, guys, I've got a lot of things to figure out here over the next year, and I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic that things are going to turn around. So, fingers crossed for that. But anyways, guys, I am really sorry about the lack of videos over the half of my channel's history. I'm hoping that the next year is going to be better, but with my sporadic work schedules and other things going on in my personal life and having family visit from out of town, you know, that's also been going on over the past month too. And that's, you know, when I've got extended family visiting my family, of course I want to spend time with them too, eh? But anyways, you know, I want to thank you guys for the past 3 years. I'm very sorry about the fact that I've only been making videos in 2018 since the end of March. And hopefully things are going to turn around going forward. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to do my best to make sure this review is shorter than my last review from last year. So, if you actually stuck around and watched this entire video, thank you so much. I hope it was worth your time. And if it wasn't, I'm really, really sorry about that. And with that, you guys, I hope you did enjoy this video if you watched it all the way through. I hope this gave you a little bit of an insight onto my end of the channel, where I have trouble finding time to make videos. more often than not, to be honest. And hopefully, over the next year, things are going to get much better. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Hopefully, my work situation turns around and my work schedules aren't so goddamn sporadic. And you know what else would be nice too? Not having to work on weekends, because that's usually when people want to do things on weekends, because that's when they have them off more often than not. Usually for me, I work weekends, so that sucks too. But anyways, I hope I don't sound ungrateful. I'm very grateful for my 2 jobs. I'm just frustrated with the sporadic schedules and not ever knowing when I'm working, what days I'm not working, what days I'm working, when I'm off. It's just, I'm sorry guys, but I've just been getting a little bit frustrated with that over the past few months, and I'm not going to lie about that. But anyways, on a final note, I want to thank you all for the past 3 years, and hopefully I look forward to making the next, hopefully, year to 2 to even maybe even 3 or 4 years if I continue to do this channel, which I think I will. But I hope that the next year at least will be much better than the past year and a half. But also, that's another thing, and sorry to hold you guys off before wrapping up this video, but you know what else I enjoy about this channel? I get to talk to other people who are passionate about jerseys and care about them as much as I do. In my personal life, I know people who are casual sports fans at the most. And it's, and even the ones that are diehard sports fans, they don't care about jerseys. And it's so nice to be able to talk about this stuff with other people who do. So guys, I'm very grateful for all of our conversations over the past 3 years, and I want to thank you all for everything. And guys, I'm hoping that the future is going to be better, because in my personal opinion, I'm kind of getting tired of the lack of videos on here myself. So hopefully I'm going to be able to start working on that soon. But anyways, you guys, I think I've spoken long enough. If you've watched this entire video, as I just said about a minute or 2 ago, thank you so much. I hope this video was worth your time. And with that, guys, I'm finally going to call it a wrap. And with that, you guys, take care. And of course, as always, bye for now.